Hello, my kiddos. We are moving on to comparing fractions. We're going to talk about a couple of ways that we can compare fractions without using the butterfly method, but we will get to the butterfly method a little bit later in this lesson. Our objective is, as it was yesterday, we're going to compare two fractions with different numerators and different denominators by creating common denominators or numerators, or by comparing to a benchmark fraction, such as 1/2. Recognize that comparisons are valid only when the two fractions refer to the same whole. All right, so our first problem is, every year, Avery School has a fair. This year, 3/8 of the booths had face painting, and 1/4 of the booths had sand art. Were there more booths with face painting or sand art? Okay, as we did yesterday, we can always take a look at fraction strips. But if we are having a test or we're someplace where we actually got to figure this out some way, then that's not always going to be helpful. Okay, we may not have fraction strips just hanging around in our bags. Okay, so the first thing we need to notice is that the fractions have different denominators. All right, we have 3/8, 1/4. Okay, so we have an 8, we have a 4 here. And there are two ways to show this comparison and determine which one is bigger. The first way is, let's write these down. The first way is to make sure the both fractions have the same size whole or denominator. This is what we were working on last week with common denominators. Okay, so the first thing we do with common denominators is we find our multiples. Okay, this one can go 4, 8, 12, 16. All right. Already we have the common multiple of 8. Okay, so 3/8 and 1/4 is going to go to 8. This is going to stay the same. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, what we do to the bottom, we got to do to the top. Okay, so we have 2/8 and 3/8. Okay, now we can compare, right? This one is bigger because 3 is bigger than 2. Right? We have the same size whole right here, right? And we can determine by the number of parts that we have here that 3 is bigger than 2. Another way to do it is to make sure that both fractions have the same size part. So we have 3/8. Oh, hold on. Okay, so 3/8 and 1/4. All right, so the numerator is the top number. And we want to figure out what is the best way to have the top number be equal. All right, so the way we would do this is we would have to have both parts equal. Okay, so we have, let's see here. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. All right, so now we're going to focus on having this number up here to be the same. Okay, so you could do multiples just to be on the same pattern as the other one. So this is 3, 6, 9, 12. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Common multiple is 3. Okay, so we would do the same thing. We have 3/8 and we have 1/4, and we need to get it to 3. Okay, so 3 times 1 is 3, 8 times 1 is 8. 1 times 3 is 3, 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, so we have 3/12 and 3/8, which is the bigger number? Well, you would say that 12 is bigger than 8. But that would be incorrect. because if I was to draw a picture, let's say I had a square here and a square here, okay? They're square pizzas, okay? And I gotta cut them into eight pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's draw another piece on there, okay? And then I gotta make this one into 12 different pieces. And I have 3 of these 8s colored in. And I have 3 of these 12s colored in. Okay, which is a bigger piece? Well, the 8s would be. Okay. That one, doing the numerator is very confusing for some of you. So you are by no means required to use this way. This is just another way that you can use. I would stick with doing the denominator like we're used to, and or the butterfly method, which we're going to do in just a little bit. All right, so let's practice. We have 3/4 and 1/3. Okay, let's do our multiples here. Okay, we have a common multiple already of 12. Okay, so we're going to go into 12s. 3/4, 1/3 into 12. 4 times 3 equals 12, so 3 times 3 equals 9. 3 times 4 equals 3 times 4 equals 12, and 1 times 4 is 4. So 9/12 is actually bigger than 4/12. So 3/4 is bigger than 1/3. Okay, let's look at another. After I go get you guys some music. Okay, let's take a look at this last one. 3/5 and 3/8. All right, do the okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 8 is 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Okay, so there we've got common multiple. Erase that. So we know we need to go to 40. Okay, 5 times what equals 40? 8. Do the top, what you did to the bottom. 8 times what equals 40? 5. So you do that to the top. Okay, which one's bigger? 24 is bigger than 15. So 3/5 is bigger than 3/8. All right, butterfly method. Okay, you all know the butterfly method. Let's say we have 3/7 and 1/2. Circle, multiply up. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 7 is 7. Okay, 7 is bigger than 6, so 1/2 is bigger than 3/7. By far the easiest way to do that. All right, let's do some practice homework pages. All right, we'll do 3 and 9 because you guys can handle this with the butterfly method without problems. All right, so 2/4 and 2/5. Okay, circle with the butterfly method. 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, 10 is bigger than 8, so 2/4 is bigger than 2/5. Number 9, we have 4/8 and 2/4. Circle across. Multiply, we have 16 and 16, which is equal. Okay, I think you guys are pretty good at doing that on your own. So your WSQ for tonight is Esme bought a 1/2 pound of cheese and 3/4 pound of hamburger for a barbecue. What did she buy more of? We will see you in the morning.